Hello again. Welcome back to the Spirit of Watercolor with Linda. I'm so glad you're joining me again today. We just did a painting, a two-part painting of a healing watercolor, and if you have not seen that, you might want to check it out. We're doing paintings where color evokes emotions that can be helpful to us, especially at hard times of our life, or cold times of the year like now, where it's been dark and cold, and so our moods can get going along with that. But if you take something like a healing painting, and this one was, the last one we did had yellows and blues and blues and some green, a little touch of orange to create warmth and calmingness of the water, the color of water and the skies. So now I want to look at a new color range, okay? We're going to continue with moods that are very good for us, or emotions that, this will strike, that are very helpful to us. I want to look at violet, the color violet, and or purple, because there are a range of colors in the purple range, okay? There's, the pale colors like lavender, and then there's, the mid-range purples, and then the deep, dark, purple. So lavender, you may know, people will be calmed by not just the scent or the smell of a lavender flower, but the soft light purple, but also the colors have a calming effect as well, and can be a very restful, they say, lavender, the color and the smell can create a peacefulness, restfulness, can sleep better, so on and so on. And then the other purples, like the darker purples, can create a sense of mystery, a sense of ominousness, a spiritual sense of feeling. So did I say mystery? Yeah, mysteriousness. So I'd like to take these colors and create a painting with you. So we're going to do that again. We're going to do a sketch and we're going to do a painting. I'm kind of trying to decide whether to do a floral like this one I showed you, or maybe a more of a landscape one again. And well, I suppose we could combine the two since I'm struggling to decide. Here's a sort of a wintry scene that is beautiful as well, right? I don't know, in the winter, maybe a winter scene as soothing like this can be, reminding us how beautiful and amazing that even a winter day can be, or an evening or early morning. So that's a possibility, but then, paintings which have the flowers in them, like the one I showed you, can create a sense of beauty, which I think is highly connected to the sense of joy and peace and spiritual feelings. Okay, so I think it's a Strathmore paper. I really wasn't sure, so I'm using this kind of as my sketch. It's from a pack of sample paper, but I'm just using it for sketching out, and maybe if this paper responds well, we'll continue it as our actual painting of lavenders and purples. I want to do a beautiful sky here. I'm going to try to get up close here. I did some little lavender type flowers here. Looking at pictures of lavender, I've just masked out with masking fluid, okay? Just some shapes of the flowers. And then when I take that off later, we can put in the lighter purple. But we're going to do some beautiful purples here, and some purples in the sky, and so on. And do a bit of land here. It's going to be mainly themed in purples. I may bring in some other colors along with, but this is just to get that mood of the purples going. So that's what I want to start with now. Okay, so now I just want to wet this paper well, and using some brushes here. Getting that across my sky. This is still drying, the mask, so I don't want to get too close to that. I just want a beautiful sky of clouds, but I'm going to stick with sort of the purple colors and so on right now. Let that set up a little bit. There's going to be some land, hills, and so forth here too. But I'm going a little bit on the experimental side here, okay, because sometimes it's just more fun, you know, just to kind of see what happens with these paints, and just explore the color and let the painting do a little bit of its own beauty here. Again, I don't really know what this paper's all about, so I think it's Strathmore Aquarius, 140 pound. No, I'm sorry, I don't even think it's 140 pound. I think it's more like 90 pounds. So, and I just wanted to kind of get this mood of the ethereal, and I'm just kind of letting those paints flow a little bit out on their own here. Only thing about Strathmore paper is when it's going vertical, it just kind of goes straight down, which maybe all papers do, but I notice it more with this particular company of papers. So we shall see. I'm just kind of wondering what this paper's all about. Okay. It's not moving like I like the paint to move, but maybe this paper has some quality that I don't get to appreciate with other papers. Okay, now that's kind of soaking in. And I'm going to add some blue to my purple, so it's more of a blue violet. I want to bring this in a little bit more defined now. Something's very granulating here. Yeah, this will be an ominous piece. When I say that, I mean mysterious. You know, still shades of purple and violets. We could bring in a more reddish violet as well if we so desire, right? Let's just see what's going on here. Yeah, I'll bring in a little bit of a more reddish violet now, if I can find one of my big brushes. That granulation's very pretty in there. There's a little bit of lineage that I hope I can soften, or we'll bring in some white later to do. Okay, now what does our land want to do? Well, I think down here we are going to need some land. I'm trying to decide what colors I like. Go with some of the lunar black kind of thing here to get started on some land information. Ooh, yes. Soften it out. I'm going to bring in more purples down there, but you can see my masking fluid now showing somewhat, and you know, I'm kind of trying to stay with this mysterious mood a little, I think. And we'll bring in some more of this darks against some of these little wisps on the ground of branches and twigs and stuff, and kind of see what this will do. I'm debating whether I keep being pulled toward browns, but I'm trying to think what colors could I use that are more like the purple in here as opposed to that. Or some pretty green in there might be fun. But or the cooling blues, it's the ominous purples. Okay, this is dried. I gave it time to set up and dry. I want to go back in now. And again, I'm just trying to set that beautiful mood with the mysterious colors, right? I'm going to go with more purple here. Try not to get in my green there. Just looking at my painting here, I noticed that my the sienna is showing here, but not so much here. I may add a little more of that beautiful golden sienna color. But I want to do some mountains in the background and some, I think, some water. And I'm going to keep this simple. It's just a mood painting. And then we'll, of course, we need to get in here because the lavender flowers are going to show up. I wanted to keep this kind of simple and just kind of give us the idea of what we're doing here. I'm going to use my my flat brush, and hopefully I have enough Carbozle purple here. Carbozle Violet, they call it. And I want to, you know, come in and kind of, I can do it also with the palette knife, which I've been thinking about. You know, you can come in with your palette knife like Zoltan Szabo did. And we can make some really nice, strong mountaintops here. Okay. Just kind of in, well, I think right in here. I'm going to let my horizon line tell me where it's going to be in a little bit here. Just getting some of the outline of this on. And let's see if I can create some, I really love how this creates mountainous effects this way. Okay. And maybe I'll do the sienna back there too. I'm going to soften it as it goes down toward the water in just a moment. I'm just trying to get those nice crisp lines up here. Okay. And then we'll bring that, letting that flow down some here. Okay. That's just the start. And then get a nice clean brush. And I'm going to go with that flat, one of those flat brushes. And soften this down. Let it flow down. Okay. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Wanting that to kind of create a sort of a mountainous effect. This got really strong here. I don't know if it's going to soften for me. Oh, if it doesn't, it doesn't. And bring this kind of across here. Bring up a little bit, sweeping here. Okay. It's going to be a cool, mysterious, beautiful painting. Yes. I'm going to need to get some stronger colors where the lavenders are down in there, but we'll get to that. Okay. I can hit this with some soft purple water just to kind of define where I want things to go. I may do a little bit more, some of the mountains back there on the other side with the palette knife too. Okay. And I want a little bit of this sienna as well. Just, I really like this color mixed with the purples somehow. That was intuitive. Sometimes it's just how it feels. Or it's just what you're in the mood for. I want to bring a little bit of this in here too, over there maybe, but for now I'm going to start here and just start. I just added some really rich reds or sienna browns in there. My background I'm going to clean up a little bit. I softened it with some white paint over it. It got a little stronger in the background than the foreground, and I didn't want that. I have a few lines I'm still trying to minimize in the clouds that just kind of happened. Different paper, but you can see our flowers here. We're going to lift those out, take the masking fluid off when this is totally dry. So I do like what's going on a lot now. No painting is ever perfect or easy all the time, so you have to kind of go with that. Let it set up and dry tonight, and then we'll see what the background needs to kind of give it a little more definition, but not too much value. I want the value in the foreground and in the clouds, but we're getting our mysterious painting going, our spiritual purple painting. The only thing left is to put in our details for our flowers here, lavender colored flowers, and I want to stick with the colors that are in the painting, so lavender or purple into the flowers, and I think the stems of these and the grasses are going to be within these colors too, because if I bring in a green, it's going to pull your eye over there, I think, too much, unless it's just a little bit mixed in maybe, but I'm debating on that. Okay, so let's get a brush that's not too large, and we'll get a pointed round that's also workable here. I did put a little bit of pencil line in there just to see how that would go, and the masking fluid's off, so we're just gonna wet all in here where these are, and up these stems, and bring in some nice stem work into these, okay, with the smaller brushes. So, and some of it I might have to get so close with my eyes I might not be able to do quite perfectly, so we will. If I have to magnify, I will. There goes my bracelet. Let's cover that up. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll continue on with our paintings in the spirit of watercolor, where we make our soul and our spirit more enriched and our life more, I would say, amazing, because I know it is for me. It creates more like these, giving us good mood, or changing our mood, it allows for us to have a more peaceful and happy life. So I wish that for you as well. Okay, see you in the next video.